Oh, I'm live. A little bit early today. Oh, just a minute. That's okay. I can waste a minute easy. Just like this mess behind me. Oh, guys, I have been really, I've been working up here a lot, trying to get things together. And my cute little sparkle cup. Uh, there it is. You can see it. It says she leaves a little sparkle everywhere she goes. Mhm. I got that from a Rhonda Wade class, along with this sparkle. I don't know if you can see that. You probably can't see it. Oh, well. So here we are. Father's Day is coming up this Sunday. So I just wanted to do, I saw the cutest card. Tammy Fate, who is a demonstrator, did this way back when. Back with Celebration, they had paper that went with the Trusty Tools bundle. Now, the Trusty Tools bundle is this stamp set and dies to go with it. And here's the paper. Hi, Connie. Here's the paper that goes with it. Um, I was just talking about what I'm doing tonight. I got on a little early, so I just started talking. So, hi, Karen. So I'm doing this Father's Day card tonight. I was saying Celebration had paper that went with it, and I had not opened this paper. This is it. I hadn't opened this paper until today when I was prepping for this class. Hi, Carol. And so now I see what it is, and it's a cute, I'm doing a cute card. Now, I don't need a Father's Day card, but here's the funny part. I made one this afternoon. My cleaning lady was here, and I showed it to her. Hi, Linda. And she said, "Oh my gosh, that is so cute." And I said, "Do you want to take it for your kids to give to their dad?" She said, "Oh, yeah." So I gave it away. The sample that I had, I gave it away. But that's okay because I know what I'm doing. I have all the pieces cut and ready to go. Well, sort of cut and ready to go. We'll get there. And I was thinking it would also make a nice birthday card. It doesn't have to be a Father's Day card, right? It'll be a good birthday card. And I have a little bit extra of this paper, but I'm going to show you also how to do this card without this paper. Like if you did not get this paper during celebration, this is the Trusty Tools paper. But you happen to have the Trusty Tools dies and stamp set bundle, you can do the card without this paper. But I'm using this paper, just it's a shortcut. But it's a cute card. It takes a while. There's a lot to it. It has a lot of parts. It's really fun, I thought. And so, yeah, I'm going to do it. Okay, what's happening? Let's see. It's June. I am not doing a class at all the fourth Wednesday. One, two, three, four. That would be the 26th of June. I would normally do Robisonia, but I'm not doing one there this month. Okay. So my next class will be July 3rd. July 3rd, what I'm going to do, this is going to be at Warnersville from 5 to 7. I'm not anticipating too much of anybody coming, maybe one or two people, but that's all. But I'm going to do a drop in day. So I've already kind of put a little bit of a flyer for them to put on their desk if they want to. Just saying, hey, stop in anytime between 5 and 7 and we'll just make a card, see what we do at the classes. And my plan is to take one of my kits along and let people make a card from a kit because those are pretty easy and quick and cute. And I think people would like them. I was going to try and do it upstairs in the library so that people would kind of trip over me when they came in the door. But they're apparently using the tables for something else that week. So I'm going to do it down in the basement, but that's okay. It's still, they'll send people down. So If you aren't busy and you want to drop in 5 to 7 anytime. Wednesday night, July 3rd. Okay. After that, I kind of bagged Robisonia because there has just been so many issues there, so much drama that I really don't want to get involved in. I'm sorry. So, Warnersville has been so great and opened up to me. So I asked them if they would let me use their room on the fourth Wednesday for the afternoon class. So we're doing the afternoons at the Warnersville Library from now on instead of Robisonia. Now, Warnersville is 3.5 miles away from Robisonia. It's not a big difference. And it is one block off of Penn Avenue in the other direction than what Robisonia was. So when you're coming out Penn Avenue, turn right at the Penn Warner Hotel, turn right again, go back just a little bit, and then it's on the left side. Um, it's super easy to get to. It's like I said, it's one block off of Penn Avenue in Warnersville. It's not hard at all to find. You could also turn back. Let's see, if you turn back at Church, which is right at Phoebe, turn right at Church, turn left on Washington or Reber. I don't know if it's right. I think it's Washington. Turn left on that road, go back a block, and it's there on your right hand side. The police station is there. So you might see some police cars, and they have a very nice library, really nice room. The room is in the basement, so if you tell the girls at the desk what you're here for, they'll direct you where you need to go. It's just through the door, down the steps, and there we are. And it's a big room, um, and it's a nice room. So join us. That is going to be from 1 till 3. Now I used to do Robisonia at 1:30. That was just so that the girls in the office could get out of there. But I don't need to worry about the girls in the office now. So we can go at 1 o'clock. So if we go from 1 o'clock, we can get done usually 3 o'clock. But she said we can use the room longer if we want to. So it's scheduled 1 to 3, but if it goes a little over, it'll go a little over. That's not a big deal. So that's where we are. Okay, I'm going through all this for the people on YouTube. Hello, people on YouTube that aren't watching this live. Um, and I'm just going to remind everybody that if you comment, if you're watching, and you make a comment, I am going to put your name in this box right here, and I'm going to reach in and I'm going to pull a name, and I've got Barb's name from last week. Barb commented last week. So Barb is going to win the card that I make tonight. This is a pretty cool card you're getting, Barb. Although it's for Father's Day, so it's going to be a little bit. I don't know if you need that or not. Well, yeah, I think you. Okay, it doesn't matter. Anyway, you're getting the card tonight. Let's make it so that she can get it. How's that? Okay, so here's what we need. I have everything here cut out, ready to go. I'm going to take myself off. Here we go. Okay. I think this set is really cool. Here are the dies. Look at all these dies. There's like how many of them? 20 dies. Okay, and then the tools. Now I've pre-cut a lot of stuff because there was a lot to go with. But you're gonna love this card. You are. You're gonna want to make it. I know you are. Okay, what we're gonna do? We are gonna cut basic black 8 by 4 1/4. And this stuff, I am going to go ahead and cut this again because I think I want another one of these cards so that Barb can have hers and I can have one that I'm going to put away for somebody for their birthday. So to cut this one, and besides, I like to show you what I'm doing. So to cut this one, it, you know that this paper is 8.5, right? We're going to cut a 1/2 inch off of it instead of worrying about measuring it. We want 4 1/4. So I'm going to put this on the 4 1/4 mark. And I am going to cut it. And then to get it to 8, I'm just going to cut a 1/2 inch off the end. So I now have 8 inches. Now I'm going to score it at 1 1/4. At 2 1/2. Oh, I just did that with the cutting blade. Guys, watch that cutting blade. So we're going to do this again. 4 1/4. Cut a 1/2 inch off the end. Now that's it for the cutting blade. So the cutting blade is going to go down here out of my way. And I'm going to start this again. 1 1/4. Oh, I hate when I do that. 1 1/4. 2 1/2. This is going to be a bridge card. You guys, hi Susie. You guys made bridge cards before, so you probably see where I'm going with this. 5 1/2. And you can do this at 6 3/4, or you can turn it around and go 1 1/4 this way. A little bit of a shortcut here. You saw it and you said it and you didn't say it loud enough, Linda. I didn't hear you. Oh, geez. Okay. We're going to cut a piece of black 5 1/2 by 2. So I'm taking this at 2. And then this is 5 1/2. Oh, that's already 5 1/2. Okay. Now we're going to take gray granite. That's our next color. We are going to cut 4 1/8 by 1 1/8. So we want this to be 4 1/8. And I just want you all to know, my new marketing director, he's here. He's sleeping. He is so tired out. He had a rough night last night. He was sick. Okay, that was 4 1/8 by 1 1/8. I cut that one too wide. I knew it. Okay, 1 1/8, not 1 1/4. I cut that 1 1/4. And I want to make sure I cut these. No, I didn't. I cut that 4 1/4. These are 4 1/8. And you need them to be 1/8 because otherwise it won't work. 4 1/8. By 1 1/8. You need 4 of these, so I cut 2 already. There's 3. And this paper is folded, so I have to go from this end. 1 1/8. Okay, so there's my 4 pieces of gray granite, 4 1/8 by 1 1/8. Now I need one that's 2 7/8. So that is going to go there by 4 1/8. Then I'm going to have to grab another piece of gray granite here. I need a piece 5 3/8 by 1 7/8. So I'm going to go 1 7/8. Now 7/8 is just about a whole inch, so it's just under 2 inches. 1 7/8 by 5 3/8. 1, 2, 3. There's that piece. And then 2 7/8 by 2 3/4. I am doing this slowly so that if anybody wants to, they can write these measurements down while I'm going. By 2 3/4. Then along the 2 3/4 side, you're going to score this at 1 1/8. Score, not cut. Okay. Now that's all the gray granite that we need. Now the only other thing that I need is a small piece, 2 small pieces of pecan pie. Wait till you see this when it all goes together. It's so cute. It's so worth all this cutting. It really is. Okay, I want a piece 2 by 2 5/8. So let me go 2 by 2 5/8. Oops, that's not 5/8. That's 5/8. 5/8 is 1 notch past. 1 notch past the halfway mark. 2 5/8 by 2. And 1 by 2 5/8. 1 by 2 5/8. Again, 1 line behind the halfway mark. Okay. Oops, we still need some white. Okay, and I think I have the white handled already. Because the white we just need, we need pieces for the tool die cuts, we need pieces for the sentiment, and we need a piece for the back of the card. The piece for the back of the card I don't have ready, but I'll get it in a sec. So what we're going to be using here, we want a piece about 3 by 3 for the tool die cuts, then a piece that's 2 by 4 for the sentiment. Okay, so that's 2 by 4, and that can be rough too. And then 2 3/4 by 4. This piece you need pretty much this way because this is going to be the back of the card, and you're gonna put some stamping on that. So 2 3/4 by 4. That's that piece. Okay, we are done with cutting. So now we're going to start some stamping. Now, we have scored this piece already. We're ready to go with that. I think we're in good shape here. This is going to be the piece I'm working with. Okay, so for stamping, we have our piece of 2 by 4. Okay, if you have a Stamparatus, this is a good time to use it. If you don't have a Stamparatus, I happen to have a mini Misty that I really do like, and I'm going to use it. And the reason that I'm using it is because I want, okay, I'm using this stamp that says you're the most awesome. And I don't know if you can see it. The letters, you're going to be using this Memento Black. And Memento Black, for some reason, wants to come off the die. I mean, it wants to come off the stamp. It just doesn't always, you don't get a nice crisp black. So I like to use something that I can go back and redo it if I have to. If it comes out the first time, wonderful. Which it looks like, yep, it's gonna this time. So I'm in good shape there. And since I'm making 2 cards, I'm not going to do this all the time, but just this, I just want to make 2 of these. So I am going to do the second one right away. Yep, that one came out the same, came out good too. Okay, good. That's that. You're the most awesome. Now, what I want to do with that, I'm going to take the stamp that has nuts and bolts on it, and I'm going to take gray granite ink, and I'm going to stamp these in the background. I'm going to stamp off first, and then I'm going to stamp them in the background. Now, when I do something like this in the background, I want it to be all over the place. I don't want it always to look the same. So the best way to do that is to just keep moving the paper around. So I want nuts and bolts. And I want them to be, okay, got that? I'm going to do it again. So if you didn't see it the first time, sorry. Susie got all her cards this week at the meeting. She got cards from back at Christmas time, I think. Now, you don't have to be real fancy with this because a lot of them are going to get cut off anyway. So don't worry too much about how you get these done. You do want to get some in around the words, though, because that's where you're cutting. Okay. Now we're going to get out our Stampin' and embossing machine. And I'm using the little one. You would probably want to use the big one for this. And I'll show you why in a second. Okay, first you're going to take you're the most awesome. And you're going to take this and you're going to cut this out. So now you're cutting this out. This is going to be your greeting in the front. Half of that's going to be going away, if you see what I mean. Okay. And try and get that kind of straight. Straight would be good, since it is the greeting. And it would be great if it goes through. Okay. And this is what we have. And I'm going to do it again real quick. Okay. Now that's that piece. That can get put way back with the tools. Okay. The next thing we would do, but I already have this done, as I'm sure you're saying, oh, thank God, because we have the stamp cut out. We want to take our designer series paper. We're going to cut out a paintbrush, and there's two different patterns here. So there's a paintbrush. What else? A wrench, a hammer. There's a wrench. There's a hammer here, a pencil, and a measuring tape. And we're going to cut those all out of our designer series paper because the dies match this paper perfectly. It's so nice. Now, I've already done that. So I have a whole bunch of tools here. But I want to show you something before I go and say, okay, I have these done. Check this out. I have the wrenches cut, the measuring tapes cut. Okay, all these are cut. All these tools are cut, ready to go. I need to show you though, this is really important. This is one of those times, I'm very sloppy with this, but this is one of those times when you want to tape down what you're cutting. So, because you don't want it to move. So when you have, okay, say you're going to cut out the hammer. Here's what I would do. I would get this hammer. Okay, there's the hammer on the designer series paper. I would then get the hammer from the dies. I cut this down a little bit further yet. And I'm going to take my hammer and I'm going to put it on right there. Now, I don't want this to move. So I'm taking a piece of tape. You can use washi tape. I've been using this Scotch low tack adhesive, low tack artist tape. I have some that's a 1/2 inch, 3/4 inch, and 1/4 inch. And I like the 1/4 inch for this purpose because you tape it down. Okay, now it's not going to move when you're running it through the machine. Right? And then when you pull it off, it sticks to the die, but not to the paper. So now you have your hammer. And I just put this back on the plate to use next time because you can reuse this a couple times before the tack goes away. So that's just a little tip that you can use when you're cutting things that are especially little things like this that you want to have very precise. Okay, so the one thing I do want to cut out, this is the pegboard, and this is being cut out of that piece of what is this? This is pecan pie. And the reason that I'm showing you this, I'm cutting this upside down, and I'm doing that for a reason. I cut my first one the way it should be. The first one that I cut this way. But I could not see the paper through the die. Now I want this, I don't want the holes right on the edges. I want it more like that. So again, I'm going to just use my tape here and I'm going to take through. The only thing that that's going to do now is cut through my paper. It's going to cut my top plate. So watch your top plate. What's the matter, Joey? Joey was going to join us for a second, but then he heard my banging and he doesn't like the noise that this makes. So he took off. Sorry, Joey. Okay, and it leaves behind some residue. I like to use my cleaner, my brush, and get that off of there right away. So it's pretty much cleaned up for the next time. Okay, so the other thing that I did with these, and I already did this, so I don't need to do it again, but I do want to show you. You take a piece of white paper, take the paintbrush, the wrench, and the pencil. Use your black ink or any color. This you're not even going to see these. You don't necessarily even have to stamp these, but I like to just to make sure I remember them. I put them all on this one big block so I can do all three of them at once. Put them on the paper, stamp them, and then just die cut all of those pieces so that you have white pieces. Now I've already done that, okay? So we don't need to worry about that at the moment. Okay, I think we are ready to start actually putting things together. One of the steps that I kind of skipped through that you want to do is these pieces of gray granite. The 5 3/8 by 1 7/8 and the 4 that you did alike. You want to run them through the metal plate embossing folder. Okay. So you can see how they came out. Okay. You're taking this is your black, which you have scored. You're going to fold over the ends into the middle and then back out again. Okay. And make sure you use your bone folder to burnish those real good. Okay. Take your pieces of gray granite that have been embossed with the metal plate. Glue them on. The outside edge. The outside inside. You know what I mean, don't you? Oh, guys, I have to tell you something else too. I just got a notice from the people that the program that I use to do my Facebook Live and YouTube Live. Facebook is only doing lives going forward if you have 100 followers. Now, I have 104 followers. Spread the word. Tell your friends, relatives, anybody. Share the page and ask them to follow me. Because if I start losing followers, I won't be able to do lives anymore. And I enjoy doing this, and I hope you do too. I know a lot of you join me a lot. So make sure you're following me, Nettie P Stamping, and tell your friends. Share my page. Share this video. Share it all over the place. Hi, Brenda. Thank you. Yes, share with everybody so that people follow me so I can keep doing this live. Okay, so we have glued those pieces on, right? Now we have a piece of gray granite that's plain. We're going to glue that in the center. And then we're going to take our pegboard. That's this piece. Okay, and we're going to glue that here. Now, when you're gluing this, you guys, you know how that goes. It's a fine gluing territory that you have here. And somehow I did end up getting that where I didn't want to get it anyway. So just put some little dots here and there, but try to get as much as you can. And stick that there. Okay, and then you have cut out the tape measure. So the tape measure is going to get glued there. And a hammer. And we're going to glue the hammer on, and don't worry that it's down below. It's okay. It's okay that it's hanging down there. Okay. So we got those two pieces hanging there. Now we are going to take, we have a piece of longer black. It's 5.5 by 2. And we have a longer piece of gray granite that we have embossed with our the metal plate. We are going to glue that onto the black. Okay, now we are going to take this piece. This is the magic part. This is the fun part. We want to glue this. We want to match this right up here. So we're going to put our glue there. And it would probably be better to put the glue, because the metal plate's there. Probably be better to put the glue on the piece here, but you don't want to get glue anywhere else. So, okay, and put that down like so. And maybe set a block on it for a few minutes to let it dry so it gets hard. Meanwhile, we cut out, remember we cut out those 3 pieces in white, but I didn't cut them out. I told you to cut them out. Let's see, it was the pencil, the paintbrush, and the wrench. So we have a wrench that we cut out of the designer paper. We're going to glue that to the white. It's just going to make it stronger, thicker, make it stand out a little bit more. And we're only doing it with these 3 pieces because these 3 pieces are going to go on the front. So that was our designer series paper. Now, guys, like I said, if you don't have this designer series paper, there are stamps for all of these tools. You can, and there's even solid pieces. Let me show you what I mean. like the paintbrush, there's a solid piece and a, a paintbrush piece. There's a handle piece for the wrench. There's a handle piece for the hammer. There's a top part for the hammer. So you can actually stamp these and die cut them and make them colored with those. Or you could use maybe silver paper, metallic paper to do the top part and the top part of the wrench, and then use the color for the bottom part. Different things like that. For the tape measure, there's that to go in here to make the color. So you don't have to sit and color them. You can stamp the colors onto them and die cut them if you don't have the designer series paper. Okay, now we're ready to move on to the other piece. So we're going to take the other piece and fold it in the way it's supposed to go. And we're going to put glue on the bottom part of this piece. Fold it over and put that piece on top. Again, put that there so that it can dry for a minute or two. I'm going to put my pencil together. I have one piece that I cut out of the designer series paper, and I have the other piece out of white. Now, if you have this stamp set, there's a lot you can do without having the paper, but the paper's cute. I just wish they would have offered it past celebration. Oh well, but hey, what is that thing about wishes and ponies or something like that? Okay. So our piece should be dry by now. Now we can put the front on. Okay, this You're the Most Awesome is the front, and that's going on here. Put that on with dimensionals. We still have a couple of cute things going on with this yet. That is going to be centered right there. Now, we have two more pieces that we cut. We have a piece of gray granite that we cut and we scored. We're going to fold that over at the score line. And then we have a piece of pumpkin pie that's going to fit right on top of there and get glued on there. This is a shelf. We're going to glue this on. Glue this on here. And then we're going to just glue on a pencil right there that's just sitting there just to be cute. Wait, do I want to put, yeah, put the pencil on there. And we're going to put glue on the front of this. And it's going to get attached to the inside of this right up to there. So it sits like that. Okay. Are you seeing what I'm seeing here? I really do like this. I think this is adorable. Now, now what we're going to do, we have glued white paper onto the backing of the paintbrush and the wrench. We're going to put the paintbrush on one side. We're going to put the wrench on the other side. And we're going to use dimensionals to do that too. Okay, the paintbrush is on one side, the wrench is on the other. So it is now sitting like this. Oh, okay, like that. It's so hard to show here. Now, when it gets folded up, though, okay, so you can see it like that. Okay, then we're going to take this piece and you can put Happy Father's Day, Dad. I'm not going to do that, though. I'm going to just put Dad. So it's you're the most awesome dad. And the reason that I'm not doing that is because it's not a Father's Day card. This is going to Barb. Barb won the card. And because she's not going to have this in time, I don't think, for Father's Day, since Father's Day is this weekend and I'm just not that fast. I'm gonna yeah, you know it's not gonna get there by Father's Day. I'm looking for gray granite. Oh, I put it away. Imagine that. I'm gonna stamp this in gray granite. And I'm gonna put it right there. And that is just going to get glued to the back. Like so. Okay, that's that. Now, card envelope. It is going to get, this goes up and this goes over. And now it's in the envelope. So you stick it in the envelope. When it comes out of the envelope, that drops down and the sides go out. And it stands up like this. And it is adorable, I think. I love it. Okay, so I'm going to put myself back on again real quick because I think you might see it better if I hold it up there. Yes. Yeah, that is much better. Okay. Let me stick it down. Okay, so there's the pencil. And then it just has that on the back. But now it'll sit on a table or whatever, and you can flip that up and fold it flat. Okay, and it goes right, it's flat. It goes right in the envelope like that. Okay, that's it for tonight, guys. I hope you liked it. And like I said, share my website with people, get them to follow me. Anybody you know, get them out there. I need to keep my 100 followers so that I can keep my Facebook lives going on. It was a pleasure and it was a lot of fun. And in spite of the fact that I cut instead of scoring at one point, I hope you enjoyed this class and very cool, groovy. Is that what you're saying, Susie? Groovy. Okay, everybody. Thanks for joining me, and I will see you again next week. Bye.